Peace, everybody. I am Jubilee. Welcome to the High School Podcast, where I learn how to be my higher self in the school of life. I'm also going to bring other people on here to share their journeys as well, because I believe in a concept called Sonder. Sonder is just the idea that everybody's life is equally as complex as yours. So it doesn't matter where you come from or who you are. We are all one, and we are just God experiencing itself in the physical realm. Speaking of that, I believe that we are God for many reasons, and you're going to hear me talk about this on this podcast. But I just want to say that my philosophy is rooted in animism, which is an indigenous ontological belief that everything is one with God, including us, that we are God, that everything that manifests in the physical and in the non-physical is God, that there's no separation between you, me, the creator of all things. Ashe. So today I want to talk about religious trauma and how that, affected my self-esteem. And for those who don't know, I'm a preacher's kid. So I've gone through a lot with religion, and I've questioned, and I've been wholeheartedly just been on this voyage to find out what truth is to me. And because I believe that everything is God, I believe that everybody is on the path that they need to be on. And so I'm not going to judge anybody for experiencing or living as God in a different way, or connecting to the source in any different way. Like, it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? But I do want to address that because I did question religion, I did go through a lot of trauma with that. A lot of people were threatening me, calling me names. Like, it was really bad. It was so bad that I had to delete my old Instagram. And I just created a new one last year. If you aren't following me, by the way, it's @_year of Jubilee_. And I'm glad that I have this new Instagram to connect with other people who may think like me or who may not, but I just think it's all beautiful. So I want to talk about religious trauma and the worthiness wound. You can tell that someone has a worthiness wound by the blockages that they might be living from in their lower 3 chakras. Chakras are energy centers or wheels that we have that are metaphysical. So you have the root chakra, which deals with your safety and, just your basic needs. And then you have the sacral chakra, which it deals with your creativity. And then you have your solar and your sensuality. And then you have your solar plexus, which is like your personal sun, your personal sun. Like, that is the powerhouse of your confidence. It's your willpower. It is your intuition. It's your compass. It's the gut feeling that you get. And sometimes when we experience worthiness wounds, they can really throw off those lower 3 chakras, and we can feel unbalanced, ungrounded, unsafe, and not confident. And so personally, I saw that I was dealing with the worthiness wound specifically rooted from church life, because I was told that I was not worthy to receive the unconditional love of God. I was not worthy or I was not deserving of God's son's sacrifice for my life. And hearing that for a couple of decades definitely did something to me, not feeling like I was worthy enough to receive compliments. Like, I would do a lot of great things when I was younger, and I accomplished a lot of things. Like, I've won championships in public speaking and storytelling in Michigan, and acting and all of that jazz, right? Played college sports. And every single time someone tried to compliment me, I was like, no, glory be to God, or no, it's not me, it's him, it's Jesus, it's not me at all, nope, haha, not me, right? But over time, I actually realized that my self-esteem was very low beneath the surface, because I never genuinely received encouragement or compliments from other people, because I thought it would be prideful, or I would be so-called stealing God's glory, right? Even though I was the one who was putting in the work to make all these accomplishments possible, and and staying up late and rehearsing and practicing and pushing myself to the limit to get to where I needed to be, but yet I still did not recognize my greatness. And when people don't accept compliments or they have problems with receiving, that is also an indication that they're dealing with something deeper, like a worthiness wound. Because when you know that you are great, right, and you know that you are worthy to receive love and to receive encouragement from other people and to receive the life that you desire, you are walking in alignment with the highest good, which is God, who is you. And I think seeing my parents do all these amazing things, like my parents are so dope, right? They're entrepreneurs and they're preachers, like they're creatives. And when I would compliment them, they would kind of shy away from that and be like, no, it's not me, it's God. Yes, that is true. But at the same time, when you believe that you are separate from God, then that is not receiving the compliment, because now you're deflecting it somewhere else, right? When you know that you are God and you receive those compliments, you know that you are worthy to live an abundant life. And I think another way that I saw that I had a worthiness wound was not feeling like I deserved what I actually wanted, what I actually desired, especially in romantic relationships and friendships. Like, I saw myself settling for less a lot of times. I was settling in the way that I would love people, how I would love myself. I would even date people where I felt the need to lower myself, lower my standards, live as a watered down version of myself, thinking that that would do something. Now, let me tell you, honey, if you are living from a lower version of yourself, a lesser version of yourself, that is not helping anybody. In fact, I would say it's doing the exact opposite, because if I'm not showing up as my full authentic self and being genuine, standing in my power, that's going to affect not only what I attract, because then I'm attracting other people and other things and situations that are also on a lower vibration because I wasn't in my power, right? That's also going to be affecting everything else. One would see their finances start to settle for less, and everything that you create is going to be coming from a well that has a lower level of water in it. Instead, we are meant to overflow. We are meant to be abundant. And I think having a worthiness wound, specifically rooted in religious trauma, it taught me that I actually was not feeling abundant within myself. I didn't feel worthy to even receive abundance in any of its forms. So once I recognized that, and especially dealing with any kind of trauma is not there for you to continue to relive and relive and relive. That's a loop that needs to be broken, okay? That's called, like, if you don't break it and you pass it down, that's called a generational curse, right? But we're here to live in blessings because we are worth that, because we are God. And so trauma, when you look at that, you have to look at the patterns and how you are living from those unconscious patterns and creating all these things from that trauma, and instead create these new patterns. That's why I do plant medicines and fungal medicines like mushrooms and other beautiful, beautiful natural earth medicines that are gifts to us to heal, to go back and to release and to address what happened, and therefore create a new life. Right? The old has gone, the new has come. And so with religious trauma, I really felt like I was just some worm, some unworthy worm, right? Because God called Jacob a worm in Isaiah 41:14. Like, I was like, I'm not worthy. Like, no, cut that out. You are worthy. And when you believe that, you start manifesting and attracting abundance. You start living the life that you actually believe that you deserve. But no one is going to come around and make you believe that. Like, you have to know it. We're getting out of this age of Pisces anyway, where it's all just about beliefs, and I believe this and I believe that. You have to know. It's not just enough to believe. You have to know. And knowing is practicing and walking in that. And so anybody who has ever dealt with low self-esteem, especially rooted in any kind of trauma, for my case, obviously it was mainly religious and social as well. But you have to remember who you are. Remember who you are, Simba. We are all Simba up in this peace. You feel me? And speaking of peace, you deserve peace. You deserve happiness. You deserve joy and abundance, and to walk in power, to walk in the greatest and be the greatest version of yourself. Okay? So I just wanted to share this message because this is what I'm learning on my journey. If this resonates with you, please feel free to send it to somebody. I'd love to chat with you on social media if you resonate with this. Again, my Instagram is @_year_of_Jubilee_. And feel free to also listen to the music that I had just released called Sonder EP. And you can just type that in any streaming platform, Sonder EP, Yaj, Y.O.J. That stands for Year of Jubilee. And backwards, Yaj backwards is joy. Yeah, I really thought about that. I know, right? And yeah, all that to say is I'm here for you. Like, I'm here to talk. I'm here to support you on your journey. I feel like when we know that we are worthy to walk in abundance, everything changes because we know who we are. And that's what I have been working on. And walking in. So please connect with me. Peace, love, joy, and ashe. I'll see you again next week. Peace.